Earlier in this work, mention was made of the Nembutsu as the encounter between Amida and ourselves in whatever condition we happen to be in. Some further remarks might be useful in gaining a clearer picture of this very important notion. Quote, hearing the name of Amida and conceiving joyous faith, close quote, is a theme that runs through the scriptures of this tradition. While it may sound odd at first, this expression describes the pivotal moment in which the deep mind of Shinjin is given to us. Nembutsu is a Japanese word that means to keep the Buddha in one's thoughts. Indeed, a long-established and venerable practice has been to simply concentrate on a transcendental Buddha. This could include visualizing, say, Amida's physical form as metaphorically described in the sutras, or, as became very popular over time, simply saying, quote, I take refuge in the Buddha of immeasurable light and life, close quote, Namo Amida Butsu. This invocation eventually came to be almost synonymous with the Nembutsu, although its purely mental form was never neglected. Indeed, one can hardly give verbal embodiment to one's devotion without also thinking on the Buddha, or, in a deeper sense, without the Buddha thinking of us. So, while the true Buddha in this tradition is known as Amida, the formal name comprises the words in the invocation mentioned above. This is because it was felt important to capture the dynamic relationship between ourselves in the act of taking refuge, which is the meaning of Namo, and Amida as the catalyst behind this awakening. Therefore, to hear the name is to understand the meaning that is conveyed by Namo Amida Butsu. According to Shinran, the reason why we, quote, conceive joyous faith in hearing it is because we are shown that all beings are enfolded in a tremendous light that radiates its wisdom and compassion inexhaustibly. We come to see that we are the object of its concern, and that it wishes to deliver us from our spiritual desolation and estrangement. When brought to this realization, we naturally feel the need to express it, and thus respond to the call of Amida by saying the name with gratitude. In other words, the Nembutsu becomes the vocalization of a momentous existential transformation that takes over our lives. This, in turn, informs our acts of service in the world, which we undertake instinctively, without pride, and in a spirit of sharing the Dharma with others. As an old Japanese saying observes, quote, where there is a flame of faith within, it will show itself in the smoke of conduct without, close quote. When understood in this way, saying the Nembutsu is clearly not something we do in order to achieve a particular spiritual goal. What is significant is that Shinran called it great practice precisely because it is the work of Amida and not that of foolish beings, as the sutras describe us. This means that our saying of the name emerges as the vehicle through which other power grace comes alive in us. To this end, remembrance of Amida may facilitate deep hearing if approached with an open heart and without expectations of any result or reward. What then can we possibly contribute to the virtue of other power? When it dawns on us that our own merits count for little, and that we cannot solve our own spiritual problems without the aid of an all-pervading universal wisdom, we naturally come to abandon all self-working and petty calculation.